Time is going by so much faster than I'm starting to regret not spending all of it with you. Now I am wondering why I've kept this bottle inside. So I'm starting to regret not telling all of it to you. So if I haven't yet, I've gotta let you know you're never gonna be alone. From this moment on, if you ever feel like letting go, I won't let you fall. You're never gonna be alone. I'll hold you till the hurt is gone. And now, as long as I can, I'm holding on with both hands. 'Cause forever I believe that there's nothing I could need but you. So if I haven't yet, I've gotta let you know you're never gonna be alone. From this moment on, if you ever feel like letting go, won't let you fall. When all hope is gone, I know that you can carry on. We're gonna take the world on. I'll hold you till the hurt is gone. You gotta live every single day like it's the only one. But if tomorrow never comes, don't let it slip away. Could be our only one, you know it's only just begun. Every single day, maybe our only one. But if tomorrow never comes, time is going by so much faster than I'm starting to regret not telling all of this to you. You're never gonna be alone. From this moment on, if you ever feel like letting go, I won't let you fall. When all hope is gone, I know that you can carry on. We're gonna take the world on. I'll hold you till the hurt is gone. I'm gonna be there all away. I won't be missing one more day. I'm gonna be there If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail around to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, what you really mean to me. Every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, you'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find the better part of me. I'm more than a bird, I'm more than a plane, I'm more than some pretty face beside a train. And it's not easy to be me. I wish that I could cry, fall upon my knees, find a way to lie about a home I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even heroes have the right to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede? Even heroes have the right to dream. It's not easy to be me. Up a hill away, away from me. Well, it's alright. You can.
I didn't have to say a word. That's great. Good evening and welcome to Gordon Cooper Technology Center. My name is Julie McCormick and I'm the superintendent. I have the honor of being the superintendent and to work with some extraordinary people here at Gordon Cooper Technology Center. And I'm honored to be here this evening to recognize these graduates. Tonight we're celebrating all of you and your high expectations that you've had for yourself and for your work over these long months. Congratulations on all your hard work and your determination. I want to thank our program instructors and our adjunct instructors that are here with us and those that maybe couldn't come tonight for having a passion for what they do and for choosing to share that passion with our students. Thank you to our board members for governing our organization and making it possible to provide great instructors, strong program administrators, business and industry equipment, and the materials that we need to meet the industry standards. And thank you to all the other members of the Gordon Cooper School family and how they are all in and invested in these students and their success. And finally, to all of the family members and friends that are here with these graduates, I want to thank you for trusting our mission and giving us the opportunity to work with each and every one of these students. And thank you for the support and encouragement that you provided along the way. Graduates, we know that you did not face this challenge alone. You have friends and family pushing you, pulling for you, and now celebrating this evening with you. Please give your friends and family a round of applause. Now, Lacey told me we were going to wing it a little bit, so can we wing it a little bit? Okay. This is my second year of being superintendent at Gordon Cooper Technology Center, and so this time last year we graduated what would be my first class of paramedic graduates. And I'm going to tell you, I had a fortunate experience on May 20th of 2022 of being loaded into an ambulance. Remember, I said fortunate experience, being loaded into an ambulance, and one of the paramedics looks at me and says, "Miss McCormick, it'll be okay. I went to Gordon Cooper. It's okay." Yeah. So no greater honor than to meet the students that have gone through programs here and have gone through training here and have that confidence and that success in the workforce. It's tremendous. Congratulations to all of you and to the honor that we will bestow on you this evening. You have worked hard to get here, and you have a lot to be proud of, and we are so proud of you. Let's give them a round of applause.
Welcome to the behind the scenes.
Welcome to Day Observe.
I want to thank Matt, who's hiding somewhere. I think he's hiding in the cubby. Matt helps me put together this video. Throughout the year, we take as many pictures and videos of your loved ones as we can when we're running scenarios, and we do all of that. There's Matt to put this video together for you guys, so please enjoy the video.
Welcome to the behind the scenes.
Welcome to Day Observe. I don't want that on me.
It's a ring. It's a fun ring.
We're
We
gonna
got rings
no
from
rings.
our man.
Put this on you. Alright, we're gonna check out. Okay. I don't want this stuff on me.
Okay.
What are you guys doing with me?
Checking your vitals.
You guys are like giant standing over me. Why are you guys so big?
Here.
Technology's great, isn't it? All right, we're gonna try this again. I don't know what Lacey did over here, but okay. All right. Well, now mine's on the wrong screen. You know what they say about technology, right? Yeah, I know, but mine's not showing up here. Yeah, I know, but it should show in presenter. Jeez. You know, I promise this really did work the first time when we ran through it. You're right. You're right. No, 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 because it doesn't have my notes. Yeah, no, it should, because we did it before. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to, if it won't do it. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why this is not working. Can you hand me that? See if that USB or that HDMI will reach. They're saying they're going to be short, right? I don't know why it's not working. Okay, finally. Wonderful technology. All right. So, good evening, everybody. My name is Rusty Gilpin, and I promise I'm a little better at technology than it looks. But tonight it's giving me fits, obviously. But I'm the Health Programs Coordinator for Gordon Cooper Technology Center. And I, too, would like to thank all of you for joining us tonight as we celebrate this very, very big accomplishment. While it's tempting for those of us here at Gordon Cooper to sit in our offices and take credit for such a great accomplishment, it is, of course, you, the hardworking students, that deserve all the credit for winning such a hard-fought battle. So tonight, we get to celebrate by adding 18 more wins to the victory column, as each of you graduates have now become part of this school's rich history. So let me see if I can try to sum up or add a little bit of insight on how we got here tonight. Gordon Cooper's Paramedic program is a short 12-month program, and I know some of you at home that have done without your loved ones for the last 12 months, having to mow the lawn and do all kinds of stuff on your own, probably didn't think that was a short 12 months, but most other programs around the state are 16 to 18 months long. Gordon Cooper's paramedic students spend about 24 hours a week in the classroom and in the lab. Every student also is required to complete 508 clinical hours. And also, who knows how many hours they spend every week at home reading and studying and practicing and getting ready for tests. Essentially, that equates to 1,196 classroom, lab, and clinical hours, or 78,960 minutes. I know that actually sounds like a lot of time, but let me add a little bit of perspective to that. The average person lives roughly 692,000 hours, or just a little over 41 million minutes. So graduates, it may seem like a really long time, you've actually only spent 0.0017% of your projected lifetime in paramedic school. It's not that bad. All right? So when you look at it this way, it appears that maybe you've got a little bit of time to spare, right? Well, that may be true for most of us, but sadly we know that's not necessarily true for all of us. So as paramedics, we spend a fraction of our lifetime, less than 0.2%, learning how to care for others whose time is running out. So think about this. In 1 minute, I love this, in 1 minute, 1.8 million users will like something on Facebook. All right? Also in 1 minute, 48 million phone calls will be made. 500 hours of videos will be uploaded to YouTube. Google will process 38 million search requests. 205 emails will be sent, and I think most of them go probably to Miss McCormick. 11.5 million pounds of food will be consumed. I'm not going to say how much of that I'm responsible for. Also, in 1 minute, 7.5 billion human hearts around the world will beat an average of 500 billion times. Each of their bodies will work to create some 2.4 million new red blood cells. So that's 2.4 million times 7.5 billion, which equals 18 quadrillion red blood cells. In case you're wondering, that's 18 followed by 15 zeros. Now, I'm no math expert, as many in this room will attest, but even I can figure out that's a whole lot of red blood cells. So, in that 1 minute of time. Also, 250 hearts will begin beating, and 107 hearts will forever stop beating. Oh, and also, Elon Musk will make $23,000. 1 minute. Wouldn't you like to be that guy? In the United States, there's an average of 456 calls to 911 every minute. In their moment of need, each of those 911 callers are looking for a hero to come to their rescue. They will unknowingly be grateful for every single minute that each of you have spent in this class. They will be grateful for the sacrifices that both you and your families have made in order for you to be able to respond to their desperate calls for help. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, these guys right here were my heroes. I wanted to be just like them. Man, there was nothing like these guys right here. They were the best. For me, it wasn't about the cool lights and trucks and neat tools and things that they did. It was all about being able to help other people that were in need of help. That was it. I realize it sounds a little corny and a little hard to believe, but it's true. And it's really what I felt that I was called to do at the ripe old age of 5. My father will tell you that at the age of 5, I told him that I was going to be a paramedic when I grew up. Of course, he didn't think much about his 5-year-old middle son telling him what he was going to do at 5 years old. And it took me another 15 years to convince him how serious I was. And he finally believed me when I showed him that I'd passed the paramedic exam. Sadly, a few years later, after I chose my career path at the ripe old age of 5, I realized that these guys were not real paramedics. Imagine my disappointment. They're not even real paramedics. They had probably never pulled anyone out of a wrecked car, rescued someone from a burning building, or saved anyone's life. Probably hadn't done any of that. But on a Saturday morning when I was about 13 years old, my older brother collapsed in the kitchen unexpectedly and started convulsing. I was terrified that I was going to lose my brother. My parents responded quickly, called 911, if we even had 911 then. I'm not sure we did. But they called whatever emergency number that needed to be called. And the first person through the door when the ambulance arrived was paramedic Sarah Kelly. At what seemed like a flash, she got my brother taken care of and ready to take to the hospital. As she passed by me, I guess she could see the terror in my face. She stopped, looked me in the eye, put her hand on my shoulder, and calmly said, "It's going to be okay. Your brother's going to be okay." She should have been wearing a cape, to be honest with you, because at that moment she was my new hero. Johnny and Roy were a thing of the past. Sarah Kelly was my hero. And guess who? And guess who was now more determined than ever to become a paramedic at 13 years old? And now I wanted to be like Sarah. Johnny and Roy, they were actors. I wanted to be like Sarah. Ironically, several years later, I got the good pleasure to work with Sarah in the emergency room. She'd become a nurse. We spoke often about that day that she came to my house and how her visit inspired a 13-year-old boy to a life of service. As I got to know Sarah, I realized that she never viewed herself as a hero. In fact, she saw herself as anything but a hero. She never set out to be a hero. She simply was doing what she felt was what she was called to do, and she did it to the best of her abilities. Although she would argue, I will always put Sarah at the top of my hero list. She'd fight me on it, and she'd be mad at me if I was telling you all that. The same is true for this man, Desmond Doss. He never set out to be a hero, and I'm sure many of you probably are familiar with his story, those of you that watched the movie Hacksaw Ridge. And you know what he did. During World War II, he refused to carry a gun, but he still managed to rescue dozens of wounded soldiers from a bloody battlefield called Hacksaw Ridge. Against impossible odds and while under heavy enemy fire, Desmond just did what he felt he was called to do. His action earned him 2 Purple Hearts, 2 Bronze Stars, and the Congressional Medal of Honor, all without ever firing a gun. Desmond remained humble and simply felt that he was just doing his job, trying to save as many wounded soldiers as possible. I've also added Desmond and many others like him to my list of heroes. Dr. Caroline also will never set out to be a hero, but her work has saved countless lives since the 1960s. In 1967, Dr. Caroline founded the Freedom House Ambulance Service in Pittsburgh. The Freedom House Ambulance Service was the first emergency medical service in the U.S. to be staffed by paramedics. Freedom House Ambulance also pioneered many of the training and ambulance design standards that we're still using today. You graduates should recognize her name. How many of you guys recognize her name? Show of hands. All right, very good. You've been carrying her book around with you for the last 12 months. So it ought to be a familiar name. She first authored Emergency Care in the Streets in 1979 and became the first paramedic textbook in the country. For the record, the version that we use is a new one. It's like version 8. So we're not using the 79 version. Dr. Caroline died in 2002, but her heroic legacy lives on today. For her work, I honestly and strongly feel that she deserves a top spot on every medic's hero list. But there are many others deserving of their place on the list as well. None of them got up in the morning of their shift and said, I'm going to be a hero today. They simply did all of the hard work that it takes to know what to do, and they practiced how to do it until they were perfect at it. So when called, they could do whatever was needed to be done to help their fellow man. None of them were ever forced to be a paramedic. They all chose to be one, knowing that it was going to take hard work and long hours to get there. Well, once there, they simply did what they were trained to do for so long and so hard, and for that, they became our heroes. So unlike what we see on television or the big screen, I've learned, true heroes don't set out to be heroes. They don't wear capes. They don't have special powers. True heroes are ready to selflessly help others when they're called to action. They have made the sacrifices, put in the hard work, studied, practiced, and perfected in order to be the light in the darkness. Tonight, I add to my list of heroes this diverse group of individuals. This group managed to overcome countless obstacles and personal struggles over the past 12 months, and in spite of all the challenges, they're here with us tonight. This group has sacrificed their time from their family and friends. They've put in the hard work. They've studied, practiced, and perfected, and now tonight, their journey begins anew. So graduates, I have one last challenge for you. I challenge you not to seek accolades of fame, but to continue to seek out the knowledge and wisdom that you will need in order to fight to add as many minutes as possible to each and every life that crosses your path. Paramedic class of 2022, congratulations. Welcome to the club. Thanks for a job well done.
Well, while they hook up the new computer, all of you guys, I have a little personal gift to you. It's the little black cap and gown on your desk. So if you open that, I worked really hard on this. I hope at some point in your life you fumble across this lovely little gift, and it puts a smile on your face, and it reminds you of the time that we spent together. You're welcome. I put extra glitter in it for you, Dalton. So it's extra glitter. Okay, good evening, everybody. We all celebrate with the glitter. Even though I know these guys won't admit it, they probably won't even acknowledge how much this night means to them until a little bit later down the road. But thank you all for coming and helping us celebrate their success tonight. It's a little crazy to think, I don't know if you guys have realized it, but a year ago tomorrow, we all sat in this room together for the first time. Lots of nerves, lots of anxiety in that room, and hopefully a little bit of excitement, hoping that we would get to today together. We gave you guys a laundry list of to-dos and a whole lot of don'ts. I'm looking at you there, sir. Some of you definitely didn't listen, definitely talking to Dalton on this one. But really, though, guys, I've had a great time with you. We've made some amazing memories together over the last year. Each and every one of you have definitely helped make an impact on my life. I think this whole time you probably thought I was teaching you, but somehow it got flipped a little this year. And you guys all helped me become a better teacher and definitely learn to be a better advocate for EMS and for our students. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up and bringing your heart every day in lab. To the families, please know that your sacrifices over the last year has not gone unnoticed. I'm sure the late night study sessions, quite a few mental breakdowns here or there maybe. The unconditional support that you guys gave your loved ones didn't go unnoticed. It definitely helped them get here tonight. And it's really what's going to need to happen to continue to help them in the future as they take on some challenging nights ahead that are inevitable to come. So I can't take all the credit myself, though. Neither can Curtis. We would love to, I think. But it takes a village, and a large part of our village is our part-time instructors. Curtis and I sit down, we do our best to kind of create these specific goals and outlines for where our students should be, how we can get them better. Then we sit down, I sit down with our team of instructors, and we go over how they're doing in lab, we go over where they're at on scenarios and their knowledge. We try to find all of their weaknesses, and then we push them to get better at that. Without these medics, we would not have the quality of graduates that we have here tonight. So many of them probably are not able to come, most of them on an ambulance currently as they sit in the back corner of the room. These paramedics often come in after getting off shift, being up all night long running calls, seeing their own fair share of tragedies. They somehow manage to put all that aside and show up and be a part of our students' education. I like to think they take the lessons they're getting taught out there and they bring it into lab to help prepare a new generation of paramedics. So we aim to give our students all the tools that they need and more. We hope that they're ready to take on the next call that's coming their way. We all sit around and talk about our mistakes, and then we try to teach it to them so those mistakes don't continue to happen out there. So if we could all just take a moment, and will my instructors please stand up so we can give you a much deserved round of applause for your dedication to our program and our students. Whew, okay, we're almost there. So my personal role, right, is to help teach your loved ones the finer details of becoming a paramedic. It seems like a very small amount of time to mold someone into a life-saving medical provider. It is just 12 simple little months. However, in that time frame, we've covered everything from the miracles of life to the passing of it. We've built a strong foundation of medical knowledge. I promise they can notice the smallest of injuries, the back pain, all the way up to performing life-saving skills. It's not a task that any of us take lightly. We understand what's in store for all of these graduates. We know that the universe can be unforgiving. Some of you are going to be faced with extreme challenges on your first day as a brand new, baby, bright, beautiful gold paramedic. Rest assured, we have done our very best to instill the knowledge and the abilities to handle these unfortunate oncoming events. So we started this class with 29 students, and we stand here tonight with 18. So I just want to take a brief moment to talk about what these 18 have actually achieved in 12 months. So I ran some numbers. I borrowed John's pharmacology calculator, and I'm pretty sure it worked for you, so I felt I should use it for me. But between the 18, we have practiced over 1,500 fully simulated scenarios this year. That means we've went from going on scene, patient side, treatment care, transport, and handing off to a physician in a simulated situation. Together, they have practiced innovating over 1,400 times on mannequins. We've gave it our very best every day that we've spent together. We've pushed them very hard, sometimes maybe a little too hard, but I'm proud to say that they're ready. Clinicals are only 3 months long. Some of you probably remember 3 months that your loved one was probably gone out of your life and you've seen them maybe one day a week, but in just 3 months, in that little bit of time, these 18 students, they have over 4,000 patient contacts. That means that they've met and treated 4,000 human beings. That's resulted in over 100 successful first-time pass innovations. That's an extreme number. I've only been involved in this program for going on 3 years now, and we have yet to meet that goal. So that's a huge goal, 100 innovations in 3 months. 100 people. I want to talk about those people for a minute. They found themselves in need of a life or death situation. definitely in a life or death situation in need of a paramedic to perform at the highest level possible. And they found your loved ones, standing ready for the task, and performed it, I'm sure, with shaky hands and very scared voices, but they did it. I'm sure that many of you have started to hear the stories, how they've already witnessed the miracles of life, maybe some of the hardship calls that they've gone on. I know I have greatly enjoyed the stories of them witnessing the miracle of birth, and some of them who have already had some calls touch their heart. Let's process these numbers. 4,000 patients in 3 months. It's really astonishing. Most of those patients really did just need an IV or some blood draws, maybe some Tylenol. But that other group, they needed much more. They needed life-saving treatments that I am very proud to say our students administered with confidence and accuracy. I can't help but get a little emotional when I think about what that means for this group and the future. If in 3 months we've met 4,000 people in need of emergency services out of 18 students, think about what that means for the next 3 months, or for the next year, or the next 5 years, and over the course of their career. How many lives they're going to impact, how many lives they're actually going to intervene and save. Soon, each and every one of you are going to meet your very first patient as a licensed paramedic. And regardless of what that call may end up being, I know with all of my heart that each and every one of you are ready to answer it. So, class, I have challenged you to break the cycle of EMS, to keep your hearts full of compassion and your thoughts positive. And I thank you for listening. You listen to me pour my heart and soul into our lessons, so I ask that you lend me your ear one final time. This line of work is a calling, and there is no truer statement than that. Not one paramedic is doing this for any perks. So we found a beautiful poem that we would like to read to you guys, one that I hope you'll look back on at some point. You'll come across and you'll remember why it is you chose to do this job. So if everyone can flip to the back of your program and follow along with me. And I need my program. I forgot to bring it up here. Okay, all right. Okay. As I perform my duty, Lord, whatever be the call, to help guide and keep me safe from dangers big and small. I want to serve and do my best no matter what the scene. I pledge to keep my skills refined, my judgment quick and keen. This calling to give of myself most do not understand, but I stand ready all the time to help my fellow man. To have the chance to help a child restore his laugh with glee, a word of thanks I might not hear, but knowing is enough for me. The praise of men is fine for some, but I feel truly blessed that you, O Lord, have chosen me to serve in EMS. So, finally, to the graduating class of 2022, I promise I have tried my best to keep this short. I know you guys are so ready to be done with this building, the Gordon Cooper patch, and probably that lovely navy blue uniform you've been wearing for the last couple months. So just give me a few more minutes to say thank you for each and every one of you for sticking out this year with us. You sat in these chairs a year ago and you listened to us flood your mind with an overwhelming amount of information. You stayed the course, you invested in yourself when asked, and just like promised, here we are, celebrating and unfortunately probably saying our goodbyes. So my final words of advice from the heart. I thought really hard about these guys. So I challenge you to always seek failure. It really is in the failure that we learn our biggest lessons. Always debrief, always debrief. It not only helps you keep your skills and your knowledge up to date, but it will help you process the weight of the calls even when you have no idea that they're heavy. Challenge yourself to continue your education. That's you, Jake Shirey. After all, if you can make it a year with us, I promise you can make it through anything. Don't be afraid of superstitions. Please go through your equipment checks, including the pediatric bag. I promise you it will not bite. Be knowledgeable and be prepared every day, because let's face it, the one thing that I know is true and factual is the universe will give you whatever it wants, and only the universe knows what that call is going to be. So stand ready. Do not downplay your intelligence. Not understanding your patient's needs or treatments is the time for learning, not excuses. Also, it's Oklahoma, so please pay attention to the weather and bring a pair of dry socks when it's raining, and that is senior medic advice on the dry socks. Promise me you'll wear your beautiful safety vest on the roadway. Everyone looks great in neon yellow. I don't care what you say. Put it on. And above all, never forget, we're all only a phone call away. Thank you guys so much for spending the last year with us. I wish you the very best that the world has to offer, and please, please remember, just try harder next time, guys. We'll see ya.
Yeah. This is going to be just a quick video for the family members to kind of give you an idea about the idea of paramedic school and what paramedic school was like.
Let's finish up this registration. Woo! It's going down, baby! I'm gonna learn how to save lives, man. This is gonna be the most exciting time of my life. These are just for the first semester? I'm gonna have to cancel everything. Okay, this is definitely doable. All I gotta do is get rid of sleep. I just need one 4-minute micro nap every 72 hours and make 16 or so cups of coffee a day, and I'll be good. Yeah, I'll be good. Lidocaine, 1 milligram per kilogram. Just 300 more ride times to go. God, I finally graduated. Now all I gotta do is lose that 30 pounds I gained in school and pass my NREMT. How hard can that possibly be?
Just a quick idea. So for you guys that don't know me, my name's Curtis Rhodes. I'm the lead instructor here at Gordon Cooper. You may have heard my name pronounced as that guy or him or some other colorful things by your loved ones that was across from me during our class. First thing I want to say is Jackie Wadley, please stop working Lucas so hard. If you saw the pictures, he slept all the time, and you're clearly working him too hard. Secondly, Lucas, just for you, I'm not going to go hard tonight while we go through this because Lucas made a point to say that. So anyways, thanks. I want to say thanks to our staff, obviously our adjunct instructors, Lacey. I get the back cleanup, so I get to repeat everything that's already been spoken about multiple times. But everyone from our superintendent down, they understand our vision and they're on board with it. So we have a great budget, we have a great building, we have great toys, we have amazing instructors. So, I don't want to say thanks to you guys. It's been mentioned about some struggles, and this class has had struggles, and I don't mean in the classroom. People have lost people. There's people that were fighting cancer and things. So there's just been a lot of things going on. I apologize. I've had a rough month or two, so I'm a little emotional. So just want to say thanks to you guys. This class has made it through a lot of things that other classes wouldn't have made it through. I mean, you guys are an amazing class. Don't be here next year because I'll probably say it then, but this is our best class. Sorry, Mike and Audrey, you guys. But I'm ready for you guys to go out and run calls. We feel good about you guys running calls. We feel that you're prepared to run calls. Our struggle here is not to meet minimum competency. Our struggle here is to get you ready, turnkey ready, so you can go out and run calls and be an advocate for your patients, be an advocate for EMS, and just do things, right. And that's my challenge for you guys. You've been in EMS for a little bit, maybe a long time for some of you guys. One more struggle. We've got somebody who drives hours to get here for lab. You guys know her. She comes in here smiling every day, and that's another thing. Some of the guys and girls that have been struggling, they have a smile on their face every day, and that just speaks to who they are. It's one thing to do something that you get paid. Say you get paid well. I don't know what that means, but say you do. But it's another thing that and it just doesn't show on your face, but when you love what you're doing, it shows. They just smile, they show up on time, they do what's asked without grumbling, all of those things. So my challenge that I've talked to you guys, especially for traditional, because we've spent a lot of time together, is EMS is full of burnouts. We don't need any more burnouts. If that's who you're going to be, please just move on. Go on to nursing. Whatever. Just do something else. You know? Go do something else. We don't need any more burnouts in EMS. We don't need people that basically show up to work to sit in the recliner and then get a call. We need people that are showing up to run calls, that are staying up on their education, that understand why they're there to do things. I mentioned to you I've had kind of a hard time, so normally I would write out a speech, and here's my speech. It's 4 points on a note card, so I may ramble for a second. But that's what I want you guys to do, is to change the world. That's my challenge for you guys. Change the world of EMS. Focus on your piece of the world. You're going to go to a service that I guarantee no matter where you're at, it has struggles. It has challenges, financial challenges, personnel challenges, all of these things. I come from a director position, so when we talk about how we want you guys to be, it's from someone that's hired and fired and trained and all of that. We want you guys to go out and be a positive force in EMS. That's our goal. If you guys remember the first day we were here, I told you that I wouldn't apologize for having higher standards than you do. I told you that I wouldn't, if you showed up looking like bad stuff, poop on your clinical, that you'll get sent home. If you show up for your lab day looking really rough, we'll send you home. I'm not going to apologize, nor will Lacey, for poor performance, for having high standards, and that's what I want to ask you guys to do. I want to ask you guys to not apologize for having high standards. I want to ask you guys to have high standards and not apologize for it, because it's okay. We go out into a world that's just full of despair, and it's a hurting world. And you guys are going to be the light one day, if you haven't been already, for somebody. You have that saying that you're going to show up on someone's worst day. Well, that's the truth. And if you show up all burnt out and boogered up, it's not helping anybody. It's one thing to run a call, to run a good call. It's another thing to care about what you do, have compassion on people, and then run good calls as well. So that's my challenge. Take the same attitude. I want to ask you to not accept just poor attitudes. I want you to not apologize for having high standards. As you go out, the world is a lot different place than when I graduated paramedic school. The world, it's paying very well. You can have high standards. Everybody wants to do a good job. So you guys really have a lot of options and a lot of choices. And I hope that you look at them, because Lacey and I have both enjoyed having all of you guys here. It's really been a blessing to have you guys here, and we just enjoy it. Thanks. Do this. Okay. I stand at the back or move it? Got it.
Ladies, hello? Can you hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present your paramedic graduates of 2022. Afton Wilson. John Thompson. Bradley Ryan York. Sarah Jolly. Travis Jolly. Jax Hillman. Lucas Andrews. Jacob Shirey. Julian Gaona. Robert Tyler Jenkins. Aaron Wallace. Amy Bruce. Michaela Ogan. Dalton Thomas. Thompson, I'm sorry, Thompson. Colton Trace Abbott. Dane McBride.
Go ahead and runway it, Dane. It's all right. Throw that jacket open.
Do a somersault.
Turn and pose.
Kyler Sharp. Congratulations to the paramedic class of 2022.
I'll say this while that is loading. You can definitely tell that paramedic school is over. You guys have light in your eyes again, and you look like human beings as you walk up here. No more just hollow mumble zombies as walking down these hallways, so it's been nice to see. Sorry, it takes a minute to get the display kicked back on when we turn it off for photos, so give us just a second here. All right, so I just want to take just a brief moment to talk about a few of our graduates that really went above and beyond this year. It's our graduate with honors. The first group of honors recipients and what it means to be magna cum laude. In order to achieve this honor, you had to have a grade above 90 throughout the entire program, no failed tests, no write-ups, no improvement plans, with a final overall average of a 95 or better. It may seem easily achievable when I say that, but I can assure you that is not an easy task. It's not something that could be done without extreme effort and due diligence to set aside your personal life to study and focus on your success. It would not be possible even with someone with years of experience to go through a paramedic program and graduate with honors. In emergency medicine, we have a symbol, and it's the Star of Life. It stands for integrity, honor, dedication, service, heroism, and professionalism. The Star of Life program itself celebrates the contributions of ambulance professionals who have gone above and beyond the call of duty in service to their community or EMS profession. To us, these students embody the meaning of Star of Life. They have truly shown their dedication to succeed throughout this year, being not only great students with integrity and great work ethic, but they've also been amazing teammates. They came in early, some of them driving 3 to 4 hours one way just to get here. They stayed late. They've always helped anyone, even it doesn't matter the task, they were there. They asked for more challenging scenarios often. They never once had a chip on their shoulder or told any of us they were good and didn't need one more repetition. They have a heart of gold, which I could say for all of you, but they would help anyone in a time of need, no matter their own workload, no matter what's going on in their own life. They were here. They embodied professionalism throughout this year. I am so proud to be handing out these awards tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you your 2022 Magna Cum Laude recipients, soon to be paramedics, Mr. John Thompson, Miss Afton Wilson, and Miss Sarah Jolly.
Come on.
Yeah, that means come on down. That's what that means. All right, all together. Oh yeah, just the three of you. Sorry, good thinking. Families, come on down. Okay, the final award of the night, our 2022 Summa Cum Laude recipient, the one of highest honors. This man has achieved something that only one other student has ever achieved with our program. He has never scored below a 95 on any section of paramedic school. He has somehow managed to do all of this while planning a wedding that is to occur this weekend. So let's give a shout out probably to his family and soon to be wife, the more probable planners of the event, but a quick congratulations on you two for your upcoming wedding. Seriously, the dedication to achieve this honor while working at various agencies is astonishing. He didn't stop there. Ryan decided to go ahead and charge the hill. He has tested for his national registry on both sides, and he stands here tonight, a nationally registered licensed paramedic. Ryan, speaking on behalf of all of us, it has been an amazing journey watching you grow and challenge yourself with your scenarios, your patient care, and a further understanding. We asked you to follow your heart and have faith in yourself, and I can't look at you so. And you have stood strong deeply in your faith and your commitment. You were told of a previous student's accomplishments, and you somehow turned that into motivation. You once told me that you were chasing a man you've never met. I'm happy to say that you beat the record. Next year's class will be chasing your legacy. Although I'll say they're going to have a hard time coming close to the heart that you've shown us throughout the year. We are so very proud of you and know that we are leaving the future of EMS in good hands. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our absolute honor to present to you your 2022 graduate of highest honors, our summa cum laude recipient, and nationally registered paramedic, Mr. Bradley Ryan York. Really quick, we'll let Ryan breathe in the corner, but our magna cum laude recipients, I know some of you were ready to come up here and take this microphone, John, so come on down, John. Let's all give him some encouragement. But Afton, Sarah, we'll let John go, and that way you can breathe. Listen, I paid good money for this, buddy. Come on, you got it, John.
Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm freaking out on the inside. So, yeah. It's been a very long year and a hard one at that. I remember me, Ryan, and Dalton's first drive on the first day of school here. Lots of laughs, morale was high, but as time went on and the days got harder, there were plenty of days where one of us weren't laughing at all. That day for me was the pharmacology test. The class was a real eye-opener to the fact that I really don't like taking tests and that I really hate doing skills when the entire class is watching me. But Lacey made sure to help me get over that fear by the end of the program. I will say that even though this was the most difficult year of my life, Lacey, Rusty, and Curtis made sure that the class was fun and enjoyable most of the time. And I made new friendships that will last a lifetime. I would like to say thank you to my friends and my family, especially my wife, for putting up with me over the last year, because I'm sure there were times when I got on everybody's nerves. But I know that I wouldn't have made it through to the end without their support. Finally, I'm glad that I made the decision to attend Gordon Cooper to become a paramedic, because I don't think I would have enjoyed my paramedic school anywhere else as much as I have here. Thank you.
Afton.
Okay, well, I didn't really honestly think I was going to be here today. I told Lacey a couple weeks ago that after orientation day, I went home and I told my husband that I wasn't cut out for this. I'm not going to do it. It would be too much on him, the kids, everybody. But he told me to just do it, to just get through it. We would get through it. And I'm so glad that he did, because I can stand up here and say that this was probably the best paramedic program that I chose, that I really feel like I learned a lot through this year. So thank you to my husband for pushing me to not give up countless times, for being the single parent for this past year, because it's not easy, through the late night homeworks, through all of my attitudes, through all of the stress. You always believed in me even when I didn't want to believe in myself. Thank you to my 3 kids. I know my absence wasn't easy through all of the texting and FaceTimes and mom this and mom that, but you guys took it like champs. Thank you to my in-laws who are here also. whether it was helping with the kids or hotels or whatever we needed. Without your love and support, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you also to my administrators who are back there. They did everything possible to make sure that I could make my labs, that I could make my clinicals, that family life wasn't stressful. If I needed to rest, they would let me rest. And to my coworkers also for their support and encouragement through the whole program. Thanks, guys.
Sarah Jolly.
I just want to take a minute to say a quick thank you to everyone who's helped me through the last year as I've gone through paramedic school. It's been a crazy year trying to juggle work and school, but it's definitely worth it. And I just want to say too, Gordon Cooper has been a phenomenal program. The teachers, amazing. I was excited to start paramedic school last October and learn new skills and grow in my knowledge of medicine and pre-hospital care. And I plan to continue that education further to become the best paramedic I can be. I wouldn't have made it to graduation without the support of my family, friends, and coworkers, pushing me to study and accomplish my goals. Thank you especially to the teachers. Y'all were great just to talk through calls and show us where we've made mistakes so that we don't make those mistakes in the future and then we can all be better paramedics. Thank you.
So mine is just a tad longer. Lacey said that I had 5 minutes, and being the planner that I guess you have figured out that I am, I have timed this multiple times, and we're about 4 minutes and 45 seconds, so just bear with me. So first and foremost, good evening to everybody. Thank you all for being here to share tonight with all of us. I do want to say it's not going to be a long, drawn-out motivational speech that's going to make you want to run through a wall tomorrow or anything like that. Moreover, I just want to use this time to say thank you to a few people that really helped me get through this year. And maybe along the way we can share a laugh or two. Who knows? To our instructors, on behalf of the traditional and online class, Rusty, Curtis, Lacey, thank you guys so much for all of the hard work you guys put in. I keep hitting that remote. Sorry about that. You guys put in so much effort this year on our behalf, and we just want to thank you for all the hard work and dedication that you put forth to help us succeed. Thank you for seeing something in us that we may not necessarily have seen in ourselves. Thank you for thinking that we would be worth the time. I will say, though, not going to lie, still trying to figure out what you guys saw in Dalton. But hey, he's here too, so you were right about him as well. Here supporting me tonight includes my parents, my sister and brother-in-law, along with their 4-month-old baby over in the back because he's been a little bit restless. And then my fiance, who, by the way, will be my wife in 2 days. I'm more nervous about that than I am in front of all of you people. So, to my parents, thank you guys so much for the unconditional support that you guys provided, not only over the last year, but throughout the course of my life. You two have taught me to always give it 110%, to pick up others along the way, and to stay humble through every achievement. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. To my brother-in-law and sister, I know I missed a lot this year. I know I wasn't there for a lot of family dinners, life events, Yellowstone episodes, and other things, but you guys were always there for me. You both got me away from the textbooks and the computer screens really when I needed it the most and didn't even know it. Thank you both for helping me really stay sane through it all. To my beautiful fiance, thank you for putting up with me this year. I know the distance coupled with school and my grouchy attitude, trying to chase a man I never met, I know that made things hard. You were my biggest supporter day in and day out, and I sure can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. To my fellow graduates, it's finally over. Oh my gosh, it's finally over. I'm so grateful that I've met each and every one of you guys, and I'm beyond thankful for the memories that were made this year. I had no idea that a lot of pictures were taken with that blasted wig, but hey, it all worked out in the end. You guys, this part of the journey's over, but that next step is just around the corner. I really do wish you all the best of luck in your future careers. To everyone else here, friends, family, and anyone else who received an invitation tonight, you're here tonight because somewhere along the way you were vital to the success of the graduate that you came to support. I know it was hard on you all, but it was equally as hard on us. Seriously, I watched a guy quit one day because Jacob Shirey taught him an easier way to do math. Not kidding, it's a true story. He said something along the lines of, "You should try it this way," and this guy said, "I quit," and he left, started his truck and drove away, and we have not seen him since. It was stressful, guys. We had to learn so much in a short amount of time. By the way, something else I learned this year that has absolutely nothing to do with the medical field whatsoever. If you find yourself extremely tired in the stall of a Sonic, speaking about this one right here, I had been on about 32 hours of no sleep. I know that's dangerous. Don't ridicule me now. It's over and done with. That's in the past. Having said that, Sonic will give you approximately 1 hour before they call the cops. He knocked on my window and he said, "Hey, they said you either need to order a burrito or you need to leave." And I said, "Can I do both?" So I got my breakfast and I went on about my day. Again, I just want to say thank you all for being here with us this evening. Graduates, good luck, you guys. I wish you all the best, and it truly was a privilege to share the classroom with you all. Thank you, guys.
All right, real quick, I want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Without the help of sponsors, and of course, you know, Lacey's put a whole lot of work into this, and Kama, and even some of our administrators have really played an instrumental role in this. But we've had a couple of sponsors that sponsored some items and some things that are on your table, and without them, it wouldn't be possible. So I want to give a big thank you out to React EMS and First United Bank. Let's give them a hand. All right. Well, the good news is we're almost done, and I've just got a few more things I want to mention. All right. So just bear with me. As I was working on my closing remarks for this evening, I found myself thinking back to the first day that all of us were together in this room, and I realized that just a few days from now will mark the 1-year anniversary when we were in this room together for the first time. It's kind of hard to believe. It's really flown by. It's went by fast. But during that initial orientation, we really tried hard to prepare each of you as best we could for what you should expect of the year ahead of you. But at the same time, we knew that none of you really had any idea what you were in for. You were all nodding your head and you were smiling and you were happy. And, you know, for about the first 2 weeks, I was very fortunate that I taught Care 1. Everybody was happy in Care 1, right? Everybody was like happy they're coming in. You know, they've got their books and they're sitting all neat in the chair and everything, and they're happy to see you. By Care 2 or Care 3, I wouldn't even make eye contact with them in the hallway. I mean, and then when we start really getting towards the end, you know, you see them, it's like they're coming in. Everybody duck. You know, we're ducking in bathrooms and closets, you know, because these guys are really stressed. So, but fast forward today, and each of you are keenly aware of what it takes to be here. It's no small feat. And so, case in point, several of those that were here with us on orientation day are not here with us tonight. We would have loved to have had them. We try, and students will tell you that we work really hard not to lose anybody. Our goal is to keep everybody here. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. In a few days from today, Monday to be more precise, we'll be back in here orienting the new class. Do I have any volunteers that want to take it over again? All right. Well, you guys were a good class. I wouldn't mind having one or two of you back in there. I'm not sure about Shirey, but and again, we'll do our best to get them ready for the year ahead. But still, we know, regardless of how hard we try, some will simply not make it to share in the same celebration that we'll have a year from now. For this and many other obvious reasons, I ask each of you to make every effort to leave every place that you visit, whether that's someone's home, work, the grocery store, or the side of the road, leave it better than you found it. When you arrive at someone's call for help, enter courageously, be the calming voice of reason among all the chaos. Enter with the voice of a lamb, the heart of a lion, and the hands of a healer. But most importantly, be a humble advocate for those without a voice. And remember, not everyone is fortunate enough to be here where you are today. Friends, Gordon Cooper staff, honored guests, thank you for coming to celebrate with us tonight. Family of graduates, thank you for sharing your loved ones with us for the last year. I know you've not seen much of them, but that's all about to change, like it or not. I humbly, and in some cases happily, give them back to you. No more class, no more clinicals, no more of that. My only recommendation is to your family is that you give them some time to adjust to their newfound freedom before you start that long overdue honeydew list. Graduates, as we move past the events of this evening, I want each of you to remember how valuable you are to all of us here at Gordon Cooper, and how proud we are to be able to celebrate this accomplishment with you. We sincerely hope that tonight is not the last time we see you walking through our hallways. However, at the same time, we realize that the next time we do see you enter these hallways, you won't be entering the hallways as students, you'll be entering the hallways as colleagues. Thank you all for coming tonight. All right, that's it. Take some of the food that's on your table, put it in your pocket, and take it home with you. We appreciate. Feel free to mingle and hang out a little bit.
That one. And welcome to the